We are live, everybody. Hey guys, did you notice something new?
You sound like Brett Musburger. Did he like suddenly look like Brett Musburger,
Yeah,
Brian?
kinda.
Who's that?
Hello, everybody. He does like
Oh yeah, on Fox,
actually,
right?
No, actually, now he is the voice of the Raiders on the LV radio for Raiders games.
Oh, is he?
Whoa!
He is actually Raiders.
I always wonder what happened to that guy.
Yep.
He did the college football like a lot.
Yeah, a lot. It was on CBS a lot. Yeah.
No, it wasn't ABC.
He was on ABC, and also he did a lot of SEC games though.
Oh yeah.
Alabama.
No, him and Whoa Nelly.
Yeah, that guy. I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name though.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but he was one of my favorites.
Stuart Scott?
No.
Oh man, what the fuck?
So,
You don't watch college football though. I don't know how you watch college football. College football is exciting.
well, you know what? Actually, Stuart Scott, we should recommend or like bring it up though. I mean, like it's V week or V Foundation week, so Stuart Scott, RIP, man. Yeah, it's the breast cancer, or not breast cancer, just cancer awareness. V week and Dickie V and all them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out. Hopefully they're watching.
Did you notice something about this screen, Joey?
I like it. I love it.
Oh, cool.
I love it. I'm glad.
Yeah,
we're getting a little more. So this is what the little Black Friday deal got us?
Yeah, that's all we got.
Nice.
That, and we're streaming on your Twitch.
No way.
Did you know
Oh,
that?
really?
Yeah.
Awesome, dude.
Well, now you know.
Now I could start like tweeting that out, or not tweeting that out, but like I could tweet it out plus put it on my IG, and then people that want to go on Twitch would be cool.
For sure. So let's start today with a recap of our jabronis and our pick'ems. You want to start with that?
Let's start with jabronis because it was actually a great week by all three of us. Together, we went 4 of 6 combined.
Nice.
So that's pretty damn good. Brian,
Was it because
Brian, this is the first time I think you went 2 for 2 on jabronis because you obviously were bringing up the rear in jabronis. But
what players did I pick?
Keenan Allen and Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
I'll get into this later because you guys were clowning mine that I took the most obvious picks and I go 1 of 4. Okay, I took the most obvious picks and they bust. So that means you guys were just as wrong as I was.
What are you talking about? Wait, when you said we went 4 of 6, is that because me and Yosef both nailed ours and you got like
me and Yosef got 1 of 2.
Jabroni?
Oh, so I got 2 for 2.
2 plus 3 plus 4. Brian, this is a
math.
But it was that one song by Big Shaq. 2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 1, that's 3. Quick math. Oh, you guys don't know that song. Never mind.
We're not that old.
No, it's relatively new. It's in our generation. But no, I got Tua turn the ball over, right, as a jabroni. Despite him
He's always a jabroni.
Despite him playing a good game, he still didn't hit projection. And Nick Westbrook Akia, a.k.a. Akina, he didn't bust.
He actually scored a touchdown.
And you guys didn't know who the hell he was. I'm very shocked at Brian for that because if we're trying to tout you from being Mr. Draft Guy, you should know Nick Westbrook Akina.
He doesn't know anything. He just gets lucky.
I had no idea who that guy was.
Well, A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. I was on the chat too, guys. Come on. I was telling you, like, it's obvious he's the new number 1, but I didn't expect nothing from him because they also have no running game. But still, he caught a touchdown. He made me put my foot in my mouth.
So he did good, and you picked Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, to be a good fellow, and he did bad.
Yeah, and you guys were clowning me on that too. Like, oh, Joey, come on, make a tougher pick. It's too easy, and he still busted. So that makes you
you were wrong.
It makes you just as wrong as I was on that one. But it's all good. Miles Trashkin also busted. I mean,
I can't believe that. I can't believe Miles Trashkin.
So he didn't bust.
Yeah, it's like he was averaging like one of the worst in the league in yards per carry. The Panthers were number 1 in stopping the run, and then he has 2 touchdowns.
It's crazy. Honestly, I thought I liked your pick too when you made it as well. What up, Justin?
No.
And then as far as Goodfellas, it was the exact opposite.
Yeah.
It was the exact opposite. Only Yosef hit on Goodfella. Only the 1 out of 6. I'm sorry, everybody else, but because I thought I had easy cash ones with J-Row going against. Who did Jacksonville go against? Atlanta. Oh, I mean, come on. And then Tom Brady crap in the bed. I can't believe that one. But Brandon Ayuk was the only good fellow that went off, or at least passed his projection. MG3 Visca. I was very disappointed in Brian on that one, but
yeah.
It was a wishful thinking, but I give you credit because
He did all right.
Yeah, throughout the year, you were kind of taking the Tom Brady, J-Row, Goodfellas like I did, and
What the fuck? What do you? Can you pull up?
Yeah,
the
you were. You always picking the easy.
he
ones.
was. He look even Joseph
Pick up
knows
the
you're taking
names.
the
I
layup,
don't
bro.
remember the names that I picked.
I mean, I have them all written down throughout
Yeah,
the whole
no,
year.
please. I'm actually just curious the names that I've actually
Oh
picked.
God, dude!
I literally have no
I don't
idea.
have time for that right now, but I can set you that offline because I have them all written down. But I'm not going to go through the whole Rolodex of the notepad here. We go do that. I
Yeah.
want to keep the show moving here. Pick'ems, you want to do that real quick? The
Yeah.
results, because I know Justin just got here, so I might as well go through them. We have all three of us, including Justin. Well, actually, no, just three of us, including Justin, not Brian. Beat Brian this week. So
What a
Brian's
loser!
How much
Brian's
did
a
you guys beat me
loser.
by?
Brian's a loser.
Loser.
Doesn't matter.
How
You're a
much-
loser.
How much did you guys beat me by though?
By 1 point, but it's still a
I
win.
would have won the whole thing if I picked we skipped the Falcons and Jaguars. I would have totally picked Falcons. So
Because we were on the Brian and I
technically, I'm
were
a
on
winner.
the Jags. But you still didn't pick. Didn't get the pick.
Yeah, Brian was
Tree luck
talking
at
to
Thursday night game.
But
But anyway,
Distraction.
no, it was 13 for me, Joseph, and Justin. Brian had 12. So it was not a bad week at all by all of us. We actually did really good in pick'ems, and making our TD picks in the Thursday night games was pretty cool.
What did we do Thursday night?
Like the Turkey Day slate, yeah. I went 3
you're talking about Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Also on that, like the Goodfellas and Jabronis on that. Mine didn't count because Darren Waller got hurt early on before the first half. Demont didn't go off for Joseph. Pollard went off for Brian. That was his good fella. Jabronis, we all hit on them because, well, we kind of took the easy way out too. Two of us took the Saints, Simeon and Callaway for me and Brian, and Joseph took Zach Moss, which he was already on the third running back. So talk about a layup.
That was a good one. That was a good one, man.
Easiest ones there, but he was demoted to third running back. I'm gonna take him as a jabroni. He's not gonna.
I'm trying to catch up here. I'm trying to get as much right as I can. Might as well take care of my playing.
I do got to confer with you guys. Did Gronk outscore Pitts last week?
I think
I
so.
believe he did, right?
Gronk?
I was on Joseph's side on the Gronk Pitts paper bet that you guys made on the show. So
yeah.
Joseph won
Gronk
that.
whooped. He had like 20 points. Pitts had like 5 points. So
Perfect.
take that. And I hope that guy took our advice and not Brian's advice because he would have lost, definitely. But we both got Stafford right over Newton, which was an amazing pick.
That was a good pick. Dude, kudos on that one because Cam Newton, the touting of Cam Newton was very outrageous recently. But Brian did get revenge though. Me and Brian, because I was definitely on Dylan last week over Aaron Jones if he was starting. I was still going Aaron Jones. I played him in tournaments on DFS. I got the receipts on that, and also in my cash game. So Dylan over Aaron Jones.
Yeah, you guys are hitting on Dylan. I lost confidence in Aaron Jones. I'm not picking him ever again in my entire life.
I wouldn't say that. 'Cause he's probably gonna have like one more boom week. What would you say, Brian? Don't you think he's like has a boom week still left in him?
He just randomly gets good games where it's like 3 or 4 touchdowns. And that's it. Like,
but I feel like it's just all AJ Dillon now, and he's looking better too. Like I don't have much confidence.
Well, they're on bye right now, right? So Aaron Jones. It was really shocking to me the fact that they activated him before the bye week. You would think like treating it like Arizona has done it with Nuke and Kyler to take that extra week of healing into the bye week and then come out of it, healthier and ready to go. But we'll see, man. We don't make these decisions. We just try to call them like we see them on the Mafia.
What did you guys think of last night's game? What do you guys think of Taysom Hill like going forward as a fantasy?
Last night confirmed that Sean Payton and Taysom Hill are kind of butt buddies. He's like the worst thrower. Like the whole time, I'm just like, how is he in the NFL?
Well, he did hurt his finger. He
still puts up 24 fantasy points. Go figure, because he hits 100 yards over rushing, but he throws 4 picks, and he still has over 20 fantasy points.
And that's why I love him for fantasy. It's like such a high floor. Like you could throw 4 picks and have over 20 points still.
As good as Jalen Hurts has been. As good as Jalen Hurts has been, like people are actually saying he might get benched. So like fantasy gives a perception that these guys are really, really good, but that's not really true when it comes to actually playing football.
No, yeah.
Why would Jalen Hurts be benched because of the 3 interception performance?
No, they were saying for a few weeks that he might get benched. Like he's not
beginning of the year
quarterback.
I remember us talking about that on the pod too. That was the beginning of the year, but like,
yeah, it was like 3 weeks ago or something like that. But there was talks of him getting benched. Like he's not a good NFL quarterback. He's a good fantasy player.
Well, same with Lamar Jackson. He threw 4 picks and they still won a game. So it's like it doesn't matter if you can still make plays when it counts. You can still win a game even if you are throwing the ball to the other team a lot. So
it's all about wins. If they keep losing, then yeah, they'll probably make a switch. But if they're winning, whatever. I don't really see them winning. It'll be tough for them.
It'll be tough.
They have a good defense.
They have a lot of. I think the whole NFC least is facing each other the rest of the way till the end of the year. So it's going to be very interesting in that division.
How about the Cowboys side? How do you like Zeke Elliott, Brian? Do you like that? Like he's splitting time with Pollard, and he looks like he doesn't look
not
good.
even just splitting time. When the Cowboys are on the 1 yard line, I'm like, oh, at least they're going to give it to Zeke. They throw it. Like Cowboys throw it on the 1 yard line. Like this is ridiculous.
Well, the Saints' run defense was pretty good, but still Zeke didn't look that great either. So
I thought he looked okay.
No,
who'd you start next week? Zeke or Pollard?
If I had Pollard, I'll go with Pollard.
I started Pollard this week. Like
That was
in
a
the
good call.
game, I had Pollard and I went with him.
Man, he really just had that one long touchdown, though. I feel like
he wouldn't have got many points. I think he ended up with 17, I think, or something like that. And obviously 58 plus the 6, pretty much like more than 60% of his production came on one play. But it's shocking because do you guys watch the game, right?
Yeah.
Did you see like after a lot of runs, especially to when Zeke ran out of bounds, like he was hobbling back to the huddle?
I didn't notice.
Looked good. Yeah, it just didn't look healthy, but I mean they allowed him to play. It's interesting.
Yeah, he definitely.
Jerry Jones came out and said like they're gonna feed him the ball a lot before the game started. So I hit over on underdogs. I'm like over Zeke. I'm just like on every single one of them. I would when I did it, and no, Bull barely touched the ball.
I can't believe he got the Alex Collins over 44 yards on underdog.
Well, I did too.
There's no way he's in there.
Under, yeah, I know.
But let's go into the. Speaking of underdog, let's go into underdog and go through matchups.
Yeah, I actually had it up right now. I was about to share it. Hold on one second.
Underdog. I actually went 3 for 4. The only one I missed was Heineke running for 18 yards. I'm like, he just needs one like long run like he usually does. Never came. All right, let's put this up.
Okay. First game up, Minnesota at Detroit. What do you guys like in the game? And also, if you want to highlight any of the props, go ahead. But talk about a little about season long and the props if you like them. All
right, I'll go first. One play I want to highlight here is actually Jamal Williams with Swift out. We saw how many times they passed the ball to Swift as the starting running back. I think Jamal will get the same amount of of reps and targets. And then so we got 83 rush plus receiving. Yeah, I think those.
I like that actually too. I'll say this about underdog. Honestly, Brian, I'm a big over guy, and if my account says anything to tell you, is just take a lot of unders on underdog because their projections based on props like Prize Picks, player, I think it was like player prop or whatever it is. There's a bet 60, whatever. There's a lot of different player prop sites out there. Those projections and the props on those sites are a lot lower than underdog. And I keep continue trying to hit the overs and I don't hit them hardly ever. So I'll say the unders are very, very overpowered on underdog based on my account. So I'll just let you guys give it. If you guys are playing, that's just been my experience.
It's just so much funner to go over.
Exactly. You want to root for them. Exactly. I'm an over guy like you, Joseph. I want to root for people as opposed to saying, don't give them the ball. Don't get that first down. I hate doing that. Right. So
I won last week when I hit the under on Kenny Galladay. He had to, like, for example, have less than 50.5 yards, and he had 50 yards. I won by 0.5.
What a sweat.
Yeah.
Talk about luck.
What a sweat. Anything you want to bring up, Brian? Because I have one guy in particular I want to bring up, but go ahead.
Madison, I really like in this game.
For sure. That's good. Yeah, both. So, like, you guys touched on the two running backs that are very popular because of the running back situations with the starters being out, Madison and Jamal. I'm with you guys on that. My like under the radar guy, I have him in a dynasty league, so it's very obviously a little deeper. But if you're in a pinch, because there are 4 teams on bye this week.
Wait. I know who you're going with.
Who are you going with? Who you think?
Mon Rain, Sam Brown, or whatever.
No, I'm not going on him. But
That would
Cleveland,
have been my guess.
Cleveland doesn't have any receivers, so they're on bye. Green Bay, obviously Devontae Adams. If you're rostering him, you might need an extra receiver this week. Tennessee, both of those receivers are out. Carolina, DJ Moore. If you're playing Robbie Anderson like Joseph every now and then, it's kind of weird. But anyway, Josh Reynolds is the guy I'm trying to bring up here. I think there's some potential there. A lot of camaraderie and connection with Jared Goff being with LA. We saw that on Turkey Day as well. They connected. Unfortunately, he only had like 5 targets. I hope that goes up to like the 6 to 8 range as we move forward, because he is a well-proven commodity in Goff's experience in history with the Rams. So that's one guy I want to bring up. His projection is what? I can't say it's too small. 39.5. Against, honestly, I might like that over as well, but obviously the volume is not there. Maybe he might get that 30-some odd yards, but get like 4 or 5 catches, which only gets you about 8 points fantasy-wise. But who knows, man? That's one guy I want to bring up, though.
Sure.
Anybody else?
Nope. I think we're good on this.
All right. New York Giants, the neck, a.k.a. the giraffe, Mike Glennon. That neck is for real.
Oh, my God. Look at that.
That
Well,
neck
actually,
is
didn't they
real.
say Daniel Jones is actually going to play?
I thought he was. I thought Daniel Jones was ruled out today. I think I got the tweet from Jordan Ronan, who's the beat reporter from the Giants.
Wow, look at Joey with the connects.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd still go Mike Glennon under 208 passing yards. I just don't see it possible. And I saw Dolphins pass defense is I think they give up 31st against receivers. And I saw what you were talking about. Like, they just let up big plays. Like, the defense is pretty good, but they let up big plays all the time. So if that doesn't happen, I don't see Glennon getting 200 yards. What?
Well, you saw the Dolphins this past weekend because you're a Panthers fan, and you saw.
Okay. Anyways,
by the way, what food did you get by him, Joseph?
They didn't buy me any food.
Oh, you know what?
No,
It's fine, because Brian still owes me a meal. I don't care who was starting. I mean,
let's cancel everything out then. Everything's just canceled. There you go. Perfect. All right.
My team beat yours. I mean, it doesn't matter. You say my team sucks completely. I mean, and you can't take a loss from my team. Oh, because your starter was out. Tua's just as bad as Brissett, man. Come on.
Burn.
What do you, bro?
Oh, that's it. He triggered him now.
As much as you give me crap about my team, we faced off. I beat you. Where's my cheeseburger? I don't know.
I think Tua has like the highest completion percentage.
Oh, please.
Oh, really? But who's leading the league in passing yardage? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Carr?
Absolutely.
Well, when you throw the ball every damn play, like I'm sure something like that happened.
Look at this guy, man. He's a babbling.
I'm trying to find the stat. Carry on.
I saw this game, and literally all they did was option, play action, and if it was, they either ran it or they threw it to Swain in the flat. Like that's so easy. No wonder why he's always like 16 for 20 for like 100 yards.
Swain? Who's Swain?
The tight end for the Dolphins, backup tight end.
Well, there's no Swain. On
no.
What's his name?
It's fucking moron.
Shaheen? Gesicki?
No, it's like Smithy or something. Or Swain.
Oh,
it's Swain.
Yeah,
it's Mike.
Mike.
Yeah. See, that's how unknowable he is. But anyways, they just keep throwing to him in the flat.
Yeah, well, that's Tua check down, turn them all over. In this game, I like Jalen Waddle because that kid is for real. I want to bring up this question after Brian brings up this stat, though. Go ahead.
Kyler Murray, first 16 games, and Tua's first 16 games. Passing yards for Murray, 3,700 yards. Tua, 3,500. Murray, 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Tua, 21 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Completion percentage for Murray, 64. Tua, 67. Passer rating for Murray, 87. Tua, 90. Murray's record as a starter, 5-10 in 1, and then Tua's 9-7. And Murray won Rookie of the Year. So Tua's putting similar, if not better, numbers.
Yeah, they didn't bring up any rushing stats, did they?
Rushing?
Exactly. That's the reason why Kyler won, because he's so more dynamic on the ground. There's a reason.
Tua's not. It's not his game though. They don't ask him to do that.
I'm just saying, it's all about making plays and getting the ball in the end zone because he was tearing the league up with his legs.
Not to mention, Tua has like one of the worst offensive lines. So it's like
here we
you
go
got
again
favorable
with
ball.
Brian, hey, Joseph, we had $1 for every time he brought the offensive line throughout the week, and we talking football. I think we'd be pretty good.
I saw this offensive line. It was not that bad. The Panthers' offensive line is way, way worse than the Dolphins. I'm telling you that. Watch that game. You'll see.
Well, you know
Also,
what? Offensive line, here's the thing. So to your point, the completion percentage could be skewed in Tua's favor because to mitigate bad offensive line play, Brian, is to get the ball out quick, to throw the ball short. That way they don't have to block long. So taking the dink and dunks will serve better to Tua's game with this offensive line. So it's no surprise to me that he can make 3 to 4 yard throws.
Yeah, I think Yosef was going to bring it up maybe, but one of the Panthers' offensive line had a PFF grade of 0.
Oh shit!
0.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
We're so good. Yeah, offensive line.
I'm a curse word on the pod. I'm sorry.
What was his name? Miller?
That's bad. Is that good? What was that one line from like Sports Center? Is that good? It's not great.
Yeah,
love that. Oh,
all right, let's go on to the next one.
All right. But real quick, anything else for anything you guys want to throw out like a bold take on this game? Because
all the Dolphins hit the over.
Oh God, I think you lose money every time you say that. I think
I guarantee it.
Oh, should we put this on the paper?
Guarantee. Put it on paper. Okay. Put it on the paper.
Okay. Yosef, do me a favor. Screenshot it, the props here, and that way we know what the props were. Screenshot it.
I'll take a picture.
Okay, go ahead.
There you go.
Let me know when you're done with it. That way we'll come back and revisit
I got it.
If any of them hit the over, let alone all of them. No offense, Brian. You know I love you, man. Tampa Bay at Atlanta. Tom Brady, I believe, is like 9 or 10-0 against Atlanta. I think is the stat I heard this week. Do you guys think?
10-0 against everything.
Yeah. But do you think that one, the streak continues? Number 2. I just remembered my thing I wanted to bring up on the last game, but I'll bring it up after. The number 2 is, do you think it's a Lenny game or passing game?
Passing.
I
think Tom Brady sees this defense. He's like, hey, I could boost my stats with this defense. And he's just going to throw for like 5 touchdowns, 300 yards passing. I'll take the over.
307. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I'll take the over. I think he wants to annihilate Falcons for whatever reason.
This 55.5 for Gronk seems low.
He doesn't really get too many yards. I think it's more touchdowns.
It's true, but like just the way he plays with Brady just seems low. But yeah, that's probably the reason why I don't hit the overs, because I look at things like that and I probably get too attached. Yeah, I like that. I think this Lenny Fournette one is probably pretty high if we're all thinking it's the passing game, but anything when he did last week, that's probably a smash spot. Let's look at the Atlanta guys. Obviously, you're playing Cordero and Pitts in season long. But anything here that highlights you guys for your player props?
No, man. This team is so bad. So bad.
What's up, Mark?
Addison is the only guy I would play. I mean,
let's answer
Pitts,
Mark.
I'm not even that confident in Pitts, but obviously if you have him, you're starting him.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Mark Yosko is a new sub. I think I haven't seen his name. If Darrell Henderson decides to play, should I go to him or Sony Michel? If he decides to play, or if the Rams allow him to play, I think it's a quad contusion that they're kind of concerned about. Actually, does anybody know his practice update today? I know as of Thursday he wasn't even on the practice field. Did he practice today?
Yeah, he was limited.
He was limited?
Yeah.
All right. Mark, I'm gonna say if he plays, you got to play him. What say you guys?
Yeah, you got to play Darrell Henderson if he plays. I think they were just keeping him for rest. I don't think it's too serious. You have to play Henderson. I wouldn't trust Michel.
Brian?
Yeah, I agree. You got to go with Henderson.
I think Michel has kind of given us the treatment over the years that even when he's gotten a lot of work, he hasn't done a lot with it. Am I wrong in thinking that?
No, I 100% agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hopefully that helps Mark, and come back, and hopefully we helped you start the player that you needed to start to win your matchup this week, and let us know how we did. Hopefully that helps
can you actually think of a more boring running back than Sony Michel?
Adrian Peterson in his 42nd year old career right now.
I was gonna say Frank Gore.
You hear who Peterson signed with?
Oh, the Seahawks.
Yeah.
What did he sign completely? I just know he was rumored. I know he went.
No, he signed to the practice squad, and it's official. He's retiring because
really?
everyone who signs with the Seahawks, Jerry Rice, T.O. I think there's one other player too. That's like it.
Yeah, that's a retirement center.
Mark, again, real quick. I did the same with Aaron Jones last week, and it lost me last week. I'm just worried about Henderson. Oh man, I hope that I don't remember seeing you on the pod last week, but at the same time, man, we were definitely on AJ Dillon. I think Joseph touted Aaron Jones a little bit. There's no wrong at that. Obviously, Aaron Jones has been a great touchdown getter. At the same time,
go get him.
That one, if you were looking at some of the not practice reports, but the reports leading up to that game, Aaron Jones was lobbying to play himself as opposed to like the team like giving him the full green light, if that makes sense. Plus, there were some reports saying that he wasn't gonna get the full workload. Really, really look at those before making those lineup decisions. They're tough, and there's a lot of information out there. But hope just come and see us, man. We'll do the best and try to get you the great reports that we get and relay them to you.
Boom. All right, let's go into this one.
Go ahead. You start off.
This is like one of the most even matchups of the week. I like these kind of games. But who do I like?
Just think about. Also talk about the season long, guys. I mean, I know the props are here, but we're still talking about season long.
Yeah, I'm looking at the props. Yeah. But yeah, season long. I mean, obviously, starting Austin Eckler, Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams is the question.
Talk about the matchups though, like I know the players, the name value, but talk about the matchups too.
Well, yeah, it's an okay match. It's like an average matchup. It's like you have to start these guys though. Mike Williams, I'm skeptical about. It's like I feel like if you have him though now. You have to start him, but I don't know. Let's compare him to some other players. Like
I was looking back up there for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, but we discussed. But like, would you start Mike Williams in this matchup over, let's say,
T. Higgins?
No, Devontae Smith against New York Jets.
Smith.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go Smith.
I just never was high on Mike Williams. I feel like, again, like he just makes one or two good catches a year, and he's usually out for the rest of the year. That's his game.
But what if Gardner Minshew starts for Philly though this week? So that's why I'm bringing Devontae Smith up.
I'll still go with Smith.
Yeah, okay. I think that's better for Smith. Like Minshew can
could be right, could be, but Herbert's a better quarterback, right? So yeah, that's just why I brought that up. I think it was a good comp. Anyway,
how about Mike Williams or T. Higgins?
I like T, man. I think T has so much regression. I remember I was on Devontae Smith earlier when he had touchdown regression coming, and then he had about two or three consecutive weeks where he just went off. The regression was coming his way. Diggs, I was on Diggs a lot through the year, and then he finally had a couple boom weeks in a row. I think this is like that segment of the year for T where he just went off last week, and I think he can do it again. So that's where I'm at.
Okay. I feel the other way. I think the Chargers' pass defense is really good, and I think Jamar Chase, he had like a bad week last week. I think he bounces back this week, and T. Higgins kind of goes like under the radar. But I don't know. It could be how you said it as well.
No, I love Chase too. I think either one of them could go up, even both. I like the Bengals side more than the Chargers side in this game.
Oh, I see who you're picking for pick'ems.
Hey man, when West Coast teams go east, it's a lot different. And I think Brian brings that up a lot in the past. So I'm actually taking a page out of Brian's book here. When West Coast teams go east,
it's probably not a good thing to do. Taking a page out of Brian's book, but we'll see.
Hey man, he's the one leading in pick'ems, man. I'm trying to catch up.
Stop mentioning it. Hey Brian, who would you pick, Mike Williams or T. Higgins?
I like T. Higgins.
All right,
Brian.
All right.
I don't know. I'm kind of getting
put
scared.
it on the paper.
Brian, I'll do that.
So
Brian, Brian's kind of scaring me the way how much he's agreed with me on this pod today. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Kind of weird.
Go ahead. Oh, I'll scroll down. My bad. So T is at 60.5. Jamar at 64.5.
Yeah, they're about projected the same, huh? That's kind of I don't know.
Interesting. Indy and Houston, as you can see, there is no Houston props, and Do you think this like the Tampa Bay question? Do you think this is more on the ground or the air, or do you think it's both?
More on the ground.
Yeah, probably on the ground, which is bad for Pittman, which sucks. He's on my team, but I don't know. T.Y. Houston is always killing Houston in the air, so I think the Colts just love to beat up on Houston. So I don't know if it will really be his whole running.
Ty Hilton likes to beat up on Houston. That's Ty Hilton. Every game.
That's what I mentioned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he beats up.
I didn't know that stat, so actually that's something I might have to utilize.
Would you start Ty Hilton in this game, actually? He literally, if you look at his highlights, where all those little 50-yard bombs, it's always versus Houston. Always versus Houston.
He might be a one-off play in DFS for me, the way you're bringing it up. I might have to use him as like a throw-in.
Yeah, go look at his stats.
Really been a tough season, Mark. Dude, I feel you. I'm actually living that too. I'm actually battling for a playoff spot and trying to fight for the last playoff position. So I'm right there with you in a couple leagues of mine. But keep being positive, brother. And you came to the right spot to help you get to a victory and hopefully get in the playoffs as well. Justin is also Mike Will over T. Appreciate it.
Nice. 2-on-2.
There you go.
I'm not saying I really like Mike Williams either. I just think he's had a better game this week. Sources beginning December 17th, NBA players will not receive booster COVID. They have to get a booster now? Wow, that's crazy. Will be subject to game day testing. You think
Kyrie plays? I think Kyrie's sitting out the whole year, man.
Yeah.
I think Kyrie's sitting out the whole year.
Kyrie's a weirdo, man.
He's weird.
I give him props for that. He's sticking to his standards. He's not bowing down the NBA. I like it.
He thinks the
whatever.
Earth is flat. Like,
well, whatever. That doesn't have nothing to do with this. At least sticks to it, Despot flex is T.Y. Hilton. Yeah. I mean, this is the only game in the year where he's going to have a great game.
Not much in the Philly-New York Jets game because I think it's due to the quarterback, not lack of clarity at the quarterback position for Philly. But I brought up Devontae Smith earlier. There's a player prop here for 62.5. I think that's actually a very fair projection. Jets are actually surprisingly pretty decent against outside wide receivers this year. This one is like if I were playing the prop, I would probably say under on this, to be honest with you, as much as I love Devontae. And especially with Gardner Minshew, I really don't like it. And also, even if Jalen Hurts plays, he's playing a little hurt. Jalen Hurts playing hurt. Chuckle, laugh. Yeah, where's the soundboard? God damn it.
Damn it. I need those laughs.
But Zach Wilson, what do you think of the Jets now that Zach Wilson's back? Any takes on the Jets going forward? They what, 3 wins now? Is it? Am I right?
I think so, yeah.
Can you believe that? 3 wins for the NYMESS mess.
That's Justin's team, so let's talk more crap.
Oh, Justin, I forgot, man. I forgot about that. My bad. But have you heard of that, Justin? Have you heard of people saying the New York mess, MESS mess, as opposed to the JETS Jets?
I think Zach Wilson is definitely going to get to under 200, definitely, versus Eagles pass defense, which is actually really good.
That's actually really good, yeah.
But I don't know. I hate that he's back at the quarterback position because I had Crowder, and he just doesn't look to him, which I think he should, but he hasn't learned to do that yet. So it's annoying for the Jets receivers.
Actually, I read that Zach Wilson, his last year in college football, his offensive line was ranked the #1 offensive line in college football.
Oh,
and
wow.
imagine coming to yeah. So that's what I was saying. Like every time he's dropping back, he looks like he thinks he has all day to throw, but he doesn't.
Justin says nope, but just end of the season, but just end the season. I got you. Barkley or Jacobs? What do you guys think? Jacobs was actually popped up on the injury report yesterday with a random ankle injury. It wasn't. Like
it's always happening.
It always is happening with Jacobs. It's something that I want to monitor throughout and going forward because this guy just doesn't complete games. It's really upsetting. I'm actually going to go with Barkley in this one.
Neither does Barkley complete games, so take your pick.
He completes a lot more than Jacobs.
I'm going to go 75% Barkley over the 75% Jacobs.
Yeah, I'm going Barkley on that one. What do you think, Brian?
Barkley's going against Dolphins. Their defense is just so good. You see what Christian McCaffrey did? No,
He was barely playing. He only
He
played
got hurt. As
20%.
usual,
he
like
was
you
doing
say.
shit when he wasn't like hurt. I'll go with
He had to
Jennings.
pass the ball game.
Oh man, I can't believe Brian's taking a Raider. Oh god, this is definitely a paper.
This is
that
great.
hurts.
Put that on the paper. Also, Hurts or Kirk Cousins. You got to monitor this, but if Hurts plays, you have to go with Hurts. You guys agree? Actually, just since you mentioned Hurts, I actually started Hill on Thursday night instead of Hurts because I'm not sure if he was going to play. And he got 20 points. So I don't know or was it 24? So I don't know if Hurts reached that. But with the ankle being hurt, I don't know. He just has such a high
I'm going to go Kirk Cousins. I'm going to go Kirk Cousins.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. All right, Brian, settle the score.
I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins too.
Damn, Brian, I'm scared now.
This is weird. This is weird.
Oh my
I think we're just spending so much time together, Joey, that we're starting to think alike. You know?
That's not good. I can't do it both of you.
Dare I say it? Are we simpatico?
I don't know what that means. So
I knew.
Oh, you haven't seen that movie? Oh, damn, never mind. Forget it.
Yeah,
Forget you.
Becton's gonna retire, man. He's always getting hurt. Wow, and you changed your picture. You're OKC fan now? Is that OKC?
Rocking the baby.
Does this help or hurt Barkley with Mike Glennon? Because
did you see? Now that you brought up basketball, did you see when LeBron went and pointed at the fan? They kicked the fan out, sitting courtside.
Yeah.
And then 2 days later, I forgot what team it was, but some player did the same thing, where he went and pointed at a fan and got them kicked out.
Really, that's what they're doing now.
It's just LeBron.
It's like LeBron owns the league.
When you talk about his son the way they did, I think.
No, I heard. Someone was sitting behind him. He says they were sticking the middle finger at LeBron. He says they weren't saying stuff like that. They're just flicking him off.
Yeah, but who are you gonna believe?
It's all hearsay now. But I mean, the stuff that I read. I mean, that's all we can do. We're not there, so we just go off on what we read. And there's obviously always going to be two sides of the story.
Yeah, but as a human being, you just don't think someone's gonna be yelling that out in public at a game like that. I don't think anyone's
nowadays. I don't rule anything out, man. Nowadays,
yeah, but I think regardless, even the opposing team, I don't think sitting courtside people will be yelling that out loud. It just seems so idiotic to me. Middle finger seems more appropriate,
Yeah, but middle finger.
Yeah, but that's
Braun wouldn't do that if they just did the middle finger. So I don't buy that.
I don't know, man. He is a pussy, so I don't know.
I don't think you would say that to his face, Brian. So.
Have you seen the memes where Kobe had a torn ACL and he was still shooting the free throw? Klay Thompson had a torn ACL. He was still running on the court, and then LeBron.
He definitely doesn't have that strong mentality that Kobe and Jordan had. LeBron's mentality is definitely way different.
LeBron's cramping just from I wonder if I even can find the meme. Carry on while I see if you can find
he's the typical new age.
Anyways, you guys are disrespecting one of the greatest players of all time. It's all good.
Doesn't matter, dude. Stop hating on OBJ.
I know, Justin. These guys are blasphemous when it comes to the goats of the game. I mean, obviously those three are.
Oh, he didn't just call the goat.
He's definitely one of the greatest.
I don't think you can see it.
Okay.
So there's Jordan, Kobe, LeBron.
There's the goats.
And then Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, and then Jordan, Kobe, LeBron.
Loser. Let's keep moving this. Does this help? We're going to get back to the matchups. Does this help or hurt Barkley with Mike Glennon because they might pepper him? I can definitely see Mike Glennon peppering his best targets, which end up being Barkley by default because Kenny Golladay can't get separation. Tony, kind of like Josh Jacobs, kind of like CMC, he can't stay on the field either for a whole game, which sucks because that guy definitely gets peppered with targets. And Shepard's still out, I think, right? And Ingram can't do much. So I do think this could be a big target game for Barkley if all things go sideways in the run game.
I can see that, but there's also the chance that they just bring everyone to the box. And also the Giants might not able to move the ball down the field, which means less touchdown opportunity. So it can go either of those, one of those ways.
I like that too. All right, so let's get back on track here and not skip a game. Sorry, guys. I had to keep bringing it up. Washington at LV.
Oh, okay, I got that.
Yeah, Washington at LV. I'm going to this game. Last time I was at a game, the Raiders won. Now I just spoke it to existence, so I know we're probably going to lose tomorrow. On Sunday. But it is Washington versus the Raiders. Only Derek Carr and Renfro as far as props here. But I think Foster Moreau should be a viable option this week, along with Djax. I think based on everything I've been reading and watching press conferences, there's a strong connection going between Carr and Djax. I don't think it's still going to be high volume, but I definitely believe they're still going to be taking shots. And a guy like Djax, Joseph, correct me if I'm wrong, you just really need one play.
Yeah, that's the good thing about him. He only needs like 2 or 3 targets, and if he pulls one of those in for a long touchdown, it's okay for fantasy. So if he's a guy, if you really need to take a shot this week, you got some flex option you want to fill. I think he's not too bad if you're really hoping for a long touchdown. And it's a good matchup. Washington's pass defense is probably the worst.
It'll be interesting to see who Kendall Fuller shadows the rest of the whole game. Obviously, we saw him on DK last or on Monday night, and he completely stifled him. I would be interested to see which outside receiver he's going to be on in this matchup because I don't think he'll be playing on Hunter Renfro. Hunter Renfro is the best option in this matchup for the Raiders side. I think Gibson. And I think that we might see a Wendell Smallwood sighting as the backup since McKissick might not be available. Wendell Smallwood, man, might be the pass-catching option, quote-unquote pass-catching option, just because we did see a lot of catches and targets go to Gibson on Monday.
It actually did come out. Ron Rivera said that Smallwood is taking the McKissick role for this game. So, yeah, very interesting. Pass-catching work. And this game might be high-scoring. That's what I'm predicting.
There's a lot of toutage. If there's any DFS players out there, there's a lot of toutage on this game, which I don't like because I want to at least stack my team without being popular. But I'm going to do it anyway. And I just hope I get the combination right, whether that's Renfro, Moreau, Djax combo to any of the other options, whether that's a single Gibson, a single F1, aka Terry McLaurin, or LT3. Thomas.
I like Renfro, man. Renfro's like your local accountant in the neighborhood who tried out for the NFL and actually made it. And you're rooting for him.
He just plays so hard and that's hard.
I'm
gonna blow it up. Doesn't he look like? Does he look like an ear accountant? Come on now, look at that. Look at that picture.
Looks like accountant.
He looks like a real estate agent.
You fight for that guy.
I'm so mad. I freaking traded him for Tony. Kadarius Toney. I thought Tony was gonna blow up this year.
No, you gave up someone else with him too, didn't you?
Miles Trash Can.
Yeah, you gave up 2.
Of course, he kills it versus the Panthers. And I lost by 3 points last week. And the guy who I versed, those are the 2 players I traded him, Myles Gaskin and Renfro. And the 2 top players were Renfro and Miles Trash Can. So this is how fantasy works. You dupe yourself. That's amazing. And now I'm out the playoff.
Yeah, your playoff season is basically done.
Yeah, both of ours.
Season's over. My season's over.
I lost last week too, Joseph. We're both pretty much just dead in the water in that league.
Yeah.
So Brian, you better win, or else we're gonna clown you just the same because you're gonna be just like us if you don't win.
Yeah, we need a mafia member to win.
Our team's so bad now, man. Freaking Zeke Swift is out.
Should we trade you some? Oh no, we're trade deadline pass. Never mind.
I was gonna give him Hurts, but.
Never mind. No, we do not collude on Fantasy Football Mafia. That's collude.
Oh man, we were doing this live. Shoot.
We do that. We do not collude. We do not condone it. That is a no-no. Do not do that if you're losing. I don't care if you have a buddy in the league. You do not do that. All right.
Just don't get caught, guys. That's
no. Don't say that, Brian, because I will hunt you down. Look at his face. We'll hunt you down. One thing I wanted to bring up too, by the way. Actually, I'll bring it up later. There were some things on that last thing I wanted to bring up, but anyway, this game, Jax at LAR, the Rams. Anything on the Jacksonville side intrigue you to play as a flex spot, maybe?
I like LaVisca.
Again?
Well, I feel like Ramsey's gonna be on Jones.
But he doesn't shadow. I went through this already. He does not shadow.
Whatever. I still think
I could be in the slot.
Yeah, LaVisca, he gets a good amount of targets. He doesn't do shit with it. That's the problem.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
Yeah,
He
but
just
I
needs
feel
to
like
break
sooner or
one off.
later, he has to do good.
Yeah, I mean, now Agnew's out. Who do you think steps in? Because obviously, I think the Agnew that slot role was going to Chenault this past week. Didn't do much in it. Do you think anybody else plays any slot snaps, or is there a third or receiver out there that on that roster you think is going to get more touches? I think Laquan Treadwell played a lot last week.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't like
surprised
it.
he's still playing.
I don't think it matters. I'm
Okay.
not starting a Jaguars receiver.
Okay, but fair enough. That's fine with me. It's kind of unique to see only Cooper Kupp on this for the props because OBJ did catch a big bomb last week, but he was questionable.
Yeah.
I think he got ruled out. No,
Did he?
He might have, yeah. I think it's very, very questionable.
Yeah.
That he's
What was the injury? Was it a quad or what was it?
It might have been a quad or a groin, something like that.
I think I'm not sure. I'm gonna look it up myself. But moving forward, Tyler Higbee, Cooper Kupp, obviously no Robert Woods. What about Van Jeff? I'm surprised to see not see him also on this prop site too, but also an option for season long as well.
I think if OBJ is out, yeah, he's definitely worth a start. But if OBJ is in, maybe like a flex consideration.
I think even with OBJ in, I feel like he took over the Robert Woods role over what Odell Beckham was expected to. So I actually like Van Jefferson better than
OBJ had like 10 targets on his game. I think
he's not doing shit with it.
Yeah, he had a pretty good game.
He would
The fact that he's getting 10 targets.
Obviously, one big play, but 5 for 81 out of 10 targets, 19.1 fantasy points. I do like Van Jeff as well. I think he is a very underrated wide receiver that people just keep forgetting. It's kind of like Michael Gallup. I think Brian would attest to that. I think you can compare Van Jeff's skill set and the type of production that he can get you is very similar to Michael Gallup. And I saw like last game, especially last night, Michael Gallup is a freaking alpha, man. I think he can be a number 1 wide receiver on a team. I like him a lot. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not a huge fan of Gallup fantasy wise.
Not fantasy wise, but I'm just saying like his skill set and what he brings to the table. Like if he were to be on a team like the Jags, do you think he could be vaunting like 8+ targets a game and do quite some good stuff with it?
Having the number 1 wide receiver role, I think you got to be like that dude. I think
he is, man. That's just me. I'm in the minority on that. I think Gallup has a potential to be a number 1 receiver, but I guess
when you're facing like the 3rd best corner on the opposing team, you look better than you are. Yeah, he is. CD,
he was going against Marshawn Lattimore last night a couple times. He made a couple sideline catches on Marshawn Lattimore.
Lattimore is a little bit overrated. If you look at the stats, I think he's actually gives up like one of the worst ratings to quarterbacks.
Look, man, the ratings could be skewed.
Or he gives up the most passing yards to wide receivers.
Look, there's different things in coverage. There's different things when it comes to routes and the coverage is being called. There's not like just straight man-to-man coverage every single game. Yes, there's nearest defender. Like the completions being completed on a certain defender could be because he's the nearest guy, but that's not necessarily his assignment. So when they run speed outs, when they're playing cover 3, sure, he might be the one tagging him off and pushing him out the end zone, but that's really the flat defender. That's the outside back or the nickel guy that has to get out there. That is not out there. That's the reason why it's open. So that's what I'm saying. Like it could be skewed based on that.
Keep in mind, Lattimore went to Ohio State, and Joey's favorite college team is Ohio State.
Marshawn Lattimore is considered one of the best corners in the league by a lot of people, so don't go there. I'm trying to think of anything else here. Van Jeff, Michael Gallup. We're good. Oh, no, Ben Skowronek. I wanted to read this, too, because Ben Skowronek is back from injury. I think he was out last week, the first week when they played the Packers. Huh?
Skowronek, the white guy?
Yeah,
right
he's back and healthy. So if OBJ is out, would you take a flyer on Ben Skowronek in the Rams' high-powered offense?
Well, I'll tell you what I did a couple of weeks ago when the Woods news broke. McVay actually announced that Skowronek is taking the Woods role for that game, which I believe was the Niner game. So I was like, okay, I'll pick him up, see if it's true. He had like 5 or 6 targets, but they didn't mesh well with Stafford at all. And that was with OBJ not really playing. So if OBJ plays, Van Jefferson is there, I wouldn't waste my time with Skowronek.
There you go. And then I think Mark earlier on the chat It was Mark, right? He brought up the whole Sony D'Hendo thing. So if we definitely tout D'Hendo if he's healthy. And obviously Sony is by default. If D'Hendo is ruled out, you can still play Sony, but I would manage expectations to no more than a flex or maybe low end RB2 for us, unless you guys think otherwise.
Well, that's good. That's fine.
Cool. All right. Seattle versus SF at Seattle. Russell Wilson coming off a primetime game, didn't do well. DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf. Hello, guy. Hello, mate.
What do you think about him? He's been doing nothing.
This is the week where they connect. I'm gonna say I guarantee a touchdown between Russell Wilson to DK this week.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm
It's going to be a blow-up game. I think the offensive coordinator for Seattle, he said we need to get TK the ball more. So they're going to make an emphasis.
Wilson sucks.
But it's also his accuracy has definitely been affected with the finger. But I just think he did throw the ball deep, so I'm not. All he needs to do is throw in the vicinity of DK, because that guy's just a freak, and I think that's just what it comes down to this week against a very questionable Niner secondary.
I'm sure they can orchestrate ways to get him the ball easily, just to have him get the ball at a screen play or something, and whatever he gets, you could turn it into a touchdown any play.
But you know who the biggest play in this game is, right?
Let me see.
It's not hard. It's definitely obvious. It's. I'm not thinking anything too deep here.
Rashad Jennings.
What's that?
I said Rashad Jennings.
I think Brian said it. Yeah, Eli Mitchell. I think Eli Mitchell's the freaking guy in this game. If you got Eli Mitchell, just don't even think twice about it. I mean, I don't think you are, but I think he's in a smash spot here. And I hope he kills it for anyone who has him, except if it's against me.
Yeah, definitely. I like. I think Debo's out. I see if he's been ruled out or he's doubtful at least, so he's not going to play. So Rashad Jennings is going to fill in. I mean, Ayuk's going to be the number one.
Jennings, I think.
Is Jawan Jennings?
I think it's Jawan.
JJ is going to fill in, and he's like a huge red zone target. So, and you've seen him the last few weeks get touchdowns. So now with Debo out, I might go up a little bit.
He reminds me a lot of Kendrick Bourne. He reminds me a lot of Kendrick Bourne for obviously he's with the Patriots now, but he kind of has that same typical size and that kind of the type of receiver that the Niners want. So I definitely can agree with you on that. Yeah. Okay. Anything else on the Niners and Seattle game?
Do you guys think Russell Wilson's overrated?
No.
No?
He just hurt.
I
think it's difficult to say a player is not doing well when they are playing through injury.
No, even before that, I just always thought he was overrated.
Before that, I mean, the guy was he's never missed a game, and he was one of the if not top 5 quarterbacks fantasy wise every single year.
Last year, for example, I think he finished top 5 because he had a really good streak. And then after that, he did horrible once that streak ended. He had a really good few games, and then he did horrible.
He did start out really hot. I remember the Roulette Russ Cook toutage too, but I think year in and year out, he's usually in that top 10 quarterbacks, which you are starting him every single week in standard format. So,
well, typically he's top 10 because again he has a good streak, and then other games he just does horrible.
To each his own. Joseph, what say you then?
I think I'm pretty even on it. I think he makes plays. That's why he's so good. He evades the rush. He throws it downfield. It's always a nice, accurate pass. So it's someone you could trust back there. You're gonna trust him. Is he overrated, underrated? I mean, I'm not really sure. He's definitely right now. He's not playing well. I'll give you that.
And he's not running. So to your point, he is not running. So the thing about him and his escapability that made him so unique and dynamic is just one, he's hurt, and then if there's anything mental on the side of the injury where he's maybe not trusting that finger, and he's also not running because of it. So now he's really not a good option. So yeah, I wouldn't be starting him.
Why would his finger affect his running ability?
I just think there's a mental side. I mean, there's a mental side to everything. I just think that maybe he's thinking too much into the into the game. I mean, there was a time when the camera came on him, like after a throw, and he just had like a deer in headlights look. And I'd never seen that out of Russ. And even the commentators on Monday Night Football were saying, like, this is definitely not Russ. He would never make that throw. It was on the throw where Lockett was completely open in the middle of the field on a cross stop, and he decided to throw a deep shot to DK on the left sideline. But it's just not like Russ. Like, he's trying to prove that he can still throw it with this bad finger, and he's not making reads. And he was also rolling out on that play. He also could have potentially even taken off, but he's just not doing it.
Who would you rather have as your quarterback, Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott?
Prescott.
Dak.
Awesome. You both agree on that. I thought Joey would say Russell for sure.
Not right now. No, not right now. No, for sure. But again, I'm still saying that Russ can luck box his way to throwing up a deep shot to DK this week, and I think they're still going to connect. So that's that. All right, Baltimore at Pitt. Okay, you know what? I'm glad we got to this game because it still can make me reference what I wanted to ask earlier with Jalen Waddle and also Jamar Chase. And Najee was also up there earlier in Rookie of the Year. Jalen Waddle is a resurgence, I should say. Do you think that he's made a case for Rookie of the Year over Jamar Chase's popularity early on? And obviously Najee was up there with Chase as well. What do you think about Rookie of the Year now that Jalen Waddle has started to pop?
I think it's pretty even now. So I think the next few weeks is actually going to be much more telling. So I think Najee and Chase was ahead. Waddle brought it up, so everyone's even. So I think the last few weeks, and plus the last few weeks is going to be much more recent in everyone's memory. So that's going to play like a bigger part. But let's go Waddle.
I agree to that, Brian. Actually, I'm actually right there with you again. I'm being scared right now.
I think if it ended right now, Chase would still get it, but Waddle has a chance if he continues the streak.
Very fair. Very, very fair. Here first, guys. We're covering even Rookie of the Year stuff too.
Let's actually right now. Let's just go ahead and pick our Rookie of the Year.
Why not? Why not? I will make a segment.
Put it on the paper.
Put it on the
paper.
I am gonna go with Jamar Chase though.
Damn it. I want to go Jamar Chase. Yeah, I'm going Jamar Chase.
I'm going Waddle, man.
Of course you are.
Of course you are.
That's not biased at all.
No, but it's definitely valid. I'm not gonna say biased too much on that because Jalen Waddle is definitely making a case.
Honestly, you
saw the ass kicking he handed the Panthers, right? So I don't understand why you're not picking Waddle.
I mean, Dante Jackson, it was horrible. It was guarding him. But anyways, yeah, I did like what I saw in Waddle. I think he's actually more kind of hard for me to say this, but it's actually more talented than Jamar Chase is.
Yeah, I think so too.
And you know what? Rondale Moore, I know I was touting him earlier to be the Tyreek factor. I don't think Cliff Kingsbury, I mean, he's also been in and out of the lineup himself, not coaching, things like that. I don't think they're utilizing right. Finally, I think it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago where he was getting peppered with targets down below. His ADOT was really low. I think that's the best way to utilize him for now and potentially take deep shots with him. But Waddle is being utilized in every which way and utilized correctly. I like – who's the offensive coordinator in Miami?
Take your pick. We got like 4.
Jesus Christ. All I'm saying is applaud them because they're utilizing their weapon, their new toy in every which way, and I love it. I love seeing it at the line of scrimmage. I love seeing it in the medium routes. I love seeing his route tree being so diverse. He is now my favorite to be like that Tyreek guy. But I will say Dante Jackson did hawk him down. Dante Jackson's fast. Like, he is fast. And Waddle has good speed that Tyreek or even maybe Rondale still has. But it's all good. Okay. This game. Now we're back on the game. Who do you like this game and why? Go ahead.
I liked it for this game. I think Marquis Brown has a chance to have one of his great games. Pittsburgh's defense hasn't been the same, definitely with Watt being in and out. And I think Fitzpatrick, he should be coming back. But this could be one of those games. Although when the Ravens play the Steelers, it's always like a low-scoring grudge match. So I can see Najee Harris getting a touchdown and maybe Devontae Freeman as well, like one of those running games. And Deontay Johnson, he's like the most – can you guys think of anybody safer at the wide receiver position than Deontay Johnson?
No, not this year.
He has a good floor, very good floor with all those targets.
I just hope he stays the same for future seasons as the Pittsburgh looks for the new franchise quarterback.
Yeah, this is with Ben. I mean, imagine
this
with
is with Ben. Yeah, exactly. So like, I'm hoping that he stays the same type of receiver, but who knows, man. But yes, I agree with you. I think he's the safest.
Did you guys actually just see what Chase Claypool said?
Oh yeah, I want to make practice more fun. Play more music, please, Mike Tomlin.
And then Cam Hayward was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I hope he was joking. Like,
what's with these Pittsburgh receivers? We got one Mr. TikTok and one Mr. I just want to play some music.
Seriously, it's like the new generation. It's
Yeah,
like they can't do anything without music. Everything has to be with music. Unbelievable.
But I mean, there's to it. Like but here's the thing. The old school mentality between Hayward and Tomlin, things like that, you know, I structure the practice, they're going to have to fall in line or get the F out kind of thing. I get that. However, if you are really a player's coach, as Mike Tomlin is, and considered and popularized by many, you should also know your players and how they like to be, they like to be free then. They like to be loose. So, like, there has to be some sort of that in order to get the best out of them, right? Am I wrong in thinking that? Like, there should be some kind of, I wouldn't say like practice for that, but I'm just saying, like, if there's a group of your players that need that freedom, if you will, they might play better. You might get more out of them. Am I wrong?
I mean,
no, you're wrong.
Like, I think what really matters is
I'm wrong.
Them being a disciplined team. Like, if you can't go without music, like,
no, I get that. Yeah, but if they are doing the things the right way, I think there's a way to like kind of just not massage the ego. I guess I'm trying to get the point across in a way where, like, if you really know your players to get the most out of them, you got to do some things to do so. If you're going to keep them so rigid, you're not going to get the most out of them. You're just not.
You're a professional athlete. I'm not getting you hyped up by letting you do TikToks in the middle of the field to get you hyped before a game. It's like, you know, like, get the fuck out of here.
There's limits like that.
There's limits on that for sure. And I don't think Juju's ever done a TikTok like on a like. I know he's done it pregame and I know he's done it postgame, but like, has he done it anything like
in the middle of a game?
Yeah.
The problem is you need to score, and that's what Juju is not able to do. So he's never had the opportunity.
He's also hurt for the year, so why are we talking about him? My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. In this game, Joseph covered mainly the Baltimore side. Brian, what say you on the Pittsburgh side?
I mean, you start Najee Deontay. I think the question is, you go with Fireproof. Is he worthy now of being a starter? And
I'm going Fireproof over Hawkinson this week. I mean, they call me crazy, but the Ravens,
you're crazy.
The Ravens are one of the worst at covering the tight end. So, if Fireproof has been consistent, and he's got more points than Hawkinson.
Ben likes him too, man. Ben likes him. You know who Ben compared him to, Brian? Or Joseph? Did you hear it? What?
Heath Miller.
Yeah, Heath Miller.
So, yeah, because he's a white tight end. What else are you going to compare it to?
And he was on the Steelers before.
Yo, is it pretty fucked up? Like, let's say if it's like a white wide receiver, you probably compare him to like a previous white wide receiver, like
I mean, there's nothing like the black.
Like Renfro, people would be like
Ed McCaffrey. Brian just came off the cuff with it. It was just so funny. Just because he's a white guy. He's a white guy. That's it. You know, white guy. It's funny. All right. Oh, since we talked about offensive rookie of the year, is it fair to say that we should be all in agreement that Micah Parsons is going to be D rookie of the year? I think it's pretty safe to say.
Defensive player of the year.
Right, he might be. Yeah, you're right. He might be even defensive player of the year. That guy does everything.
I just hope it's not Diggs, man. Diggs is overrated. Yeah, he gets picks, but he gives up so many touchdowns.
He's not a rookie.
I'm not too high on Diggs. I look at him like a Marcus Peters. I think he's very, very aggressive, and he gives up a lot of big plays, but he will also get you the ball a lot of times, and he's done it this year for his defense. And Marcus Peters is considered a high caliber corner in the league. I wouldn't say the top of the echelon of the corners, but I think Diggs is in that above average range because he gambles a lot and gets rewarded because he does have good instincts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go on to the next one.
This is it. This is all the player props. The only things that we did not cover is Denver, Kansas City, and the Monday night game, New England and Buffalo, but we don't need underdog for that. So I will sign off on this. Stop sharing.
Cool. Exit full screen. All right, let's get into our Jabronis and Goodfellas of the week.
You guys don't want to do Denver, Kansas City real quick, or the other Monday night game?
Yeah, we could.
Well, you know, my Goodfellow of the week. I'll just go ahead and
let's just go right into it. Go right into it then. Go
ahead.
Wait.
We have to announce. Oh, come on.
No, because I knew you were going to take. That's why I said it first. Jawan is my Goodfellow. I beat you to the.
Wait. Who is it?
Javonte Williams.
Melvin Gordon is out.
Oh, is he out?
He's doubtful. He's
Yeah,
Oh,
one way
man.
Javante.
I am very excited then for a lot of my teams and my best ball teams. I went ham on Javante Williams. So I'm hoping that I make a late season surge in my best ball teams. So here we go.
It might be
Brian,
too late for
Javante.
me, but yeah.
All right. Well, Brian snaked it. Joseph, I'll let you go first before me since I didn't declare, but maybe you might even snake one of my guys. But here's the thing. Since he snaked your pick, do you want 3 this week to catch up?
Well, I'll just keep Javante, and maybe I'll pick another one. And we
Okay.
can have the same one.
That's true. But you have to pick a third then.
I have to pick a third.
Maybe,
Okay, sure.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll pick a third.
Okay, there
Why
you
not?
go. Go ahead.
That just makes me get another one wrong, as usual.
I like it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going with DK Metcalf, like I said
Okay.
earlier. I feel like he's going to have a bounce back week. He's had 3 bad weeks. The offensive coordinator specifically said they want to get him the ball. I think the orchestrate easy catches for him. Make sure he gets the targets. Make sure he gets the ball. He can take it to the house anytime. He only needs 3 catches to have a really good game because he gets those long receptions. So I'm going DK Metcalf. He also has a pretty good matchup. So I think it's a pretty safe one to have a good week. But you never know because I picked him as a good fella. So watch out.
I think I have to say the same kind of warning on my picks because, again, when I pick up layups, quote unquote, I still sometimes get them wrong, which is very shocking. Right, exactly. Dude might do the opposite with me. But I'm going to say because DeAndre Swift, I was looking up the injury. I think it's a separated AC joint, which can be very problematic going forward. Jamal Williams is going to get a lot of the work going forward. I expect 20-plus touches from him in his time in Green Bay when Aaron Jones was out. Jamal Williams finished as a top 10 running back majority of the time. I don't know the exact stat, but I know he was in the top 10, if not even top 5, even once or twice. He did very, very well. He's going against, I believe it's the Minnesota Vikings, right? Detroit. Yes. Where is that? Oh my God, I'm blanking here. Come on, guys, help me out. Detroit, Minnesota. Yes.
Detroit Vikings. Yeah.
It is Minnesota, and obviously he came from Green Bay. He played Minnesota quite often, so he knows this team. I'm very bullish on Jamal Williams this week. I like him. I'm starting him. I have him because I also handcuffed DeAndre Swift. He is my guy. I also traded Jamal Williams to Brian. I'm sure Brian is starting Jamal Williams this week as well in our league. So Brian will also tout him with me because I'm pretty sure Brian's going to start him as well. And also, Brian, your team's winning. And usually with these kind of picks, like if you're on a winning team, these picks are going to usually turn out well. So here we go. Jamal Williams.
Yeah. All right. For my jabroni, I'm going to go with Saquon Barkley. He's facing the Dolphins. I really don't have anything else.
You're going to do it. You're an ex-Goodfella, buddy.
Wait, we're still doing Goodfellas?
Yeah, it's pick your second Goodfella. So you're just going to steal mine and I'll pick another one?
Jesus, Brian. Come on now.
Oh, yeah, shoot. I'm going to go with Alexander Madison this week. I think he's going to have a great game replacing Dalvin Cook. Oh, there goes another one of Yosa's picks. How did I know? I just know.
These are all technically layups because they're the only guys. But I took one too. I took Jamal Williams.
All right. I'll go different from a layup. I'm going to go with a 3-pointer and go with Jawan Jennings. We talked about him earlier.
Wow.
I'm actually starting him.
A full court shot, but whatever.
I'm actually starting him. And I feel like he's going to get multi-touchdowns this game. So I'm making a bold pick. And if I get this right, I should get 3 points because
I will definitely give you more than one. Actually, you know what? I'll give you a point per touchdown. Like if he gets 2, you're getting 3 points.
For sure. Just mark it. I'm very confident. The Niners, once injuries happen, they always just plug a guy in there and force feed them the ball. I don't think it might not happen with Jennings, but he's at least going to get the red zone targets. So, yeah, let's go. Put that on paper.
Got you. My next good fella is going to be Hunter Renfrow. I mean, I love this guy. Of course, he's on my team. He's on my squad. But no Darren Waller. This guy should be peppered with targets. The slot, I think, is the biggest advantage because Kendall Fuller usually lines up on the outside, whether that will be Djax, whether that be Zay Jones, or whether that be Brian Edwards or the skeleton of Brian Edwards because we haven't seen much of him this year. So Hunter Renfrow, peppered with targets. I think you should just get at least the volume of 8+ targets in this game, if not more. and convert a lot of those and hopefully fall in the end zone because he is the fall down guy. A lot of the times he catches the ball, falls right down. Doesn't get a lot of yak yards, but potentially they might need those extra efforts in this game because of their biggest and best weapon on offense is doubtful. So start Hunter Renfrow.
And my jabroni, like I said earlier, Saquon Barkley. Facing Dolphins, one of the best defenses in the league. Enough said.
All right, moving on.
Biased. I'm going to go with Joe Burrow playing the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are the sixth best against the pass, against quarterbacks for fantasy. And also, it's mainly because you could run the ball on him, and the Bengals are going to be able to do that with Mixon. So I just feel like Joe Burrow won't be as involved. He might have an okay game, but I'm picking him as a jabroni because I feel like he'll get under the protection. So if you have another quarterback, you'd rather put it in there, maybe a quarterback that runs. Yeah, I'd suggest doing that.
I'm actually going to go with a guy I really do like, and it was kind of a toss-up between him and Devontae Smith this week. So I guess I can just kind of maybe give you another one that I'm not going to put on this list, though, but Devontae Smith maybe managed expectations this week. But Darnell Mooney, I think, is another one that you have to manage expectations with. The regression is definitely on an all-time high for him, but I think this can come down a little bit to earth in this matchup. Chicago is facing off against Arizona, and they have a really good secondary. Byron Murphy is a beast. And I think, what's his name is still on the team. What's his name? No, Pat P's gone. I mean, their safeties are good too. Budda Baker, he can also potentially line up also inside because they utilize Darnell Mooney in different ways. But I just think it's managed expectations. I don't see a 20-point performance out of him this week. But he is really their only playmaker. A-Rob is questionable again. And their run game hasn't really gotten off this year. I mean, I know David Montgomery is kind of working his way back to full workload from his injury as well. So Darnell Mooney, jabroni, unfortunately.
Thank you. Yeah,
that's a good
one. Yeah.
I'm going to go with Sony Michel. I think even if Darrell Henderson plays, I think they're going to limit his touches, but I still think Sony Michel is garbage.
Pick another one, too, because he might not play. I mean, if D'Angelo plays, pick another one.
Brian, you just go to the layups, man.
I'll go with Mike Williams.
You're proving our point now, Brian. You're proving our point.
Huh? I'll go with Mike Williams.
You always go Michael Williams.
He's garbage.
Yeah.
This is the week Mike Williams going off now. I see it going. Who was your first one, Yosef? I'm sorry, I didn't write it down. Joe Burrow. Okay, Joe Burrow. And who's your next one since we're now on you again?
Yeah, kind of speaking on layups, actually. I'm going with Hunter Henry. He was doing good earlier in the year, but his last two games, he's had 2 receptions in each. He needs a touchdown. But now with Jonnu coming back, he was injured for a couple of games. It's been not as diverse, and they're not really going to him in the touchdowns. It's more Damian Harris and Stevenson getting the ball. And it's a tough matchup. So, yeah, I wanted to pick a tight end for Jabroni, and I think he's the right one here to fade away.
Fade away. I'm going to go Dame Harris. I'm going to stick on the same team in the same game. I think this is a Dame Harris dud week against a really rejuvenated, revitalized team on a mission Buffalo squad who usually has a great run defense, but we saw them get shellacked by Jonathan Taylor or Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Have you guys seen that meme too? Anyway, yeah, they put Jonathan Taylor Thomas on Jay Taylor's head or body, I should say. It was pretty funny. But Dame Harris. So Buffalo has a good run defense. I expect Buffalo. They are the leader. They are the home favorite in this particular matchup. I can see them playing from ahead. I also think that I know Belichick dominates. He likes to dominate the ground, but with Trey White out for Buffalo, I expect a little more success in the passing game out of Mac Jones and company due to that set. I think that's the matchup that Josh McDaniels will like to at least attempt early on to try to take advantage of, and then. Obviously, the run game is definitely going to be a mainstay for him, but Ramondre Stevenson's getting a lot of work. Brandon Bolden's getting touches. It's just a lot of running backs in that backfield. So, Dame Harris, jabroni for me as well.
Oh, yeah. All right, I think we got them all.
We did. Oh, on that note, Brian, would you like to know your past couple of week record on Goodfellas?
Go for it.
1 of 5. Your 59 or 60% percentage has gone down.
Wow. You just
Well,
don't want to pick them anymore.
I need for you guys to catch up to me. That's why I did it on purpose.
And we are still definitely catching up because we haven't done that well either. But I'm just saying, you've been our golden boy for Goodfellas. And
Why is it so much harder to pick a good fella than it is?
I don't know, man. It's been
wrong.
crazy this year. But here's the thing. I will say our thought processes of our picks all make logical and perfect sense.
Maybe we should just not make sense. And
I don't know, man. I don't know what it is, but the plays are there. We are definitely thinking in the right way. I just don't get it sometimes. Fantasy football is a conundrum in of itself. Sucks. But yeah, I guess you also wanted me to send an embarrassing photo. So did you guys? I saw that on, and I have it bookmarked. 54 minutes and 10 seconds. If you guys want to, if anybody's watching, go back to the previous video. Watch at 54 minutes and 10 seconds. You will see these two try to do this in the camera. It looked very awkward, at least. That they were trying to go this way, and it looked like they were just doing this to each other. It looked very, very awkward.
Oh, wow.
I thought that was hilarious. I was going to snapshot that as my embarrassing photo of you guys.
Oh, gosh. Joseph, should I do it?
Whatever. I don't care.
Oh, I want to see this.
Are you serious?
Wait, is it actually like, are you able to show this on like camera? Like, is he actually fully clothed? I don't want to see nothing like that.
Yeah, he's covering
No, I'm in my underwear.
Oh, he's in his underwear?
I don't know why he has it. It's like
so weird, yeah, dude. I don't know why you have it.
I was like 14, 15 years old. It's like low-key pedo status.
That's not good. That's not a good look. It's not a good look. You can show me another time though.
Bro, no, you know how like on back in the days on MySpace, like when you're in a relationship, one person will be like have a picture on their profile picture of their significant other. And they'll have this huge paragraph below. Oh, baby, you mean the world to me. I love you so much, blah, blah, blah.
I remember.
So she had a picture of Yosef taking a selfie in his underwear in front of the bathroom.
Was he trying to flex?
I think so.
Was he like trying to flex that six pack?
Yeah, and he had like this.
I didn't have one, man.
And he had like little duck lip face where it's like or some shit like that. And I took a picture, and this was in the MySpace days. So
I can't believe she put it up. It's like this is private stuff. She put it like on her main page, like right on top.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And as soon as I saw it, I took a picture, and I think she took it down like the next day, and I literally had it ever since. I really want the whole world to see.
Crazy part is like that must have been a really old phone. So you just saved that picture and just transferred it.
I sent it in my email. I'm never letting that picture go. I sent it on my email. I have multiple emails. That picture is going to be forever.
You know what? I was gonna say we could put on our Twitter.
We did like a white Christmas one time where we're like exchanging gifts or whatever. I think at a party one time, and I actually framed that picture and I gave it to Yosef's wife for Christmas while he's like in his underwear.
Hey, she liked it, so thanks. Appreciate it.
She also picked you for the rest of her life, man. So there you go.
I don't know why.
Yeah, right. What was I going to say? I also wanted to bring up when the guy brought up Matt B on the chat last week, and you brought up Alabama QB. What Alabama QB were you referring to, Brian?
Yeah, I was confused.
I was like, "Who's Matt B?" That you call?
What's the quarterback's name of Alabama? Starting quarterback. His name's
Bryce Young.
Oh yeah,
like it's not. That's what I'm saying. Like that's completely off. Like I mean,
don't blame me. That guy's
Matt Jones. Like Matt. I don't know.
Yeah, that guy just couldn't.
I love college football. Didn't you tell me that earlier?
Yeah, I know.
Oh man, Brian. Anyway, that was another thing I wrote down. Oh, and Prey. I don't see Prey on the chat this week, but I'm calling out Prey.
I guess he lost.
I wasn't able to be on the pod last week, but he had so much Kelsey hate. Man, it's just egregious. Like he was definitely tight end number one. I mean, I gave him props a little bit because he was touting Darren Waller because I'm also partial to Darren Waller, but Darren Waller was tight end 3 going into last week before the injury. He was definitely top 3, even if he had a disappointing season. Definitely now tight end 4 and below and sinking because he's not going to play.
Well, we brought that up because we were having the argument about your draft, and Brian was saying you had a bad draft, but I was like, Waller is a top.
He's still tight end number 3. Won it last week.
Yeah, that's what I said, and Brian's like, no way.
And then he goes on to say later on after that particular comment, he goes on to say, like, if you have a good tight end, you separate yourself from the pack.
Yeah, I know.
No, that's the reason why I did it. Like, Hey, come on, Brian. Stick to
I don't
one.
know
Yeah,
what
we'll
you're
go with
talking about. I wasn't paying attention right there, but let's go to
But
pickups.
okay, if you had to redo it, would you take Waller in the second round again?
I would.
Wow.
Wow.
Knowing the outcome.
Knowing the outcome, of course.
Knowing
No,
his
I would
season
take
long.
Cooper Kupp. What do you mean? Like, come on now. Like, if I just did it again, all things considered, like, go back in the draft right now with knowing
What you know.
knowing
No,
what I know.
knowing
I would
what you
take
know.
Cooper Kupp. What do you mean?
In the second round, right? That's what I'm
I would
asking.
take Derrick Henry number 1 instead of CMC, and I would take Cooper Kupp number 2.
Why would you go with Derrick Henry? Shouldn't you go with Jonathan Taylor?
I mean,
you'll still
look,
fuck it up.
like, no, I mean, dude, going for, like, in all, I mean, okay, like you're saying, complete honestly, like, yes, of course, you would go Jonathan Taylor number 1 because he's been hurt, he's been healthy the whole year. But dude, Derrick Henry was the number 1 guy, and I will say this: I did take Derrick Henry a lot in best ball when I had number 1s just to diversify because he was one of my top running backs outside of CMC. I didn't want to be
about next year? Who are you taking number 1?
hold on a second before I go there. I took actually Jonathan Taylor 4th. And I think that was also I'm in the minority on that in a couple leagues. So hopefully that's been I'm in first in about 2 or 3, and I'm winning by a lot because of that, because of the Jonathan Taylor stuff. So he might be bringing me some money. But who would I take first next year? Derrick Henry. I'm not like you guys are too much on this whole injury stuff. Jonathan Taylor can get hurt next year.
Yeah, I'd go Derrick Henry too, to be honest. I don't think
you can't let previous year's injuries influence your decision completely. Like
if they're full the whole season, fully healthy, yeah, I'm going Derrick Henry. He was close.
Derrick
also,
Henry
McCaffrey's in the combo too.
Correct me if I'm wrong too, but Derrick Henry's still in the top 10 running backs, and he's been out for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah,
that's how much he was dominating. So yes,
what the?
Oh, he's looking at crypto now. Did you know
that? Oh my! What the fuck?
Bitcoin dropped a lot, by the way.
What the fuck?
Oh, here we go again.
Oh no, he's having a full breakdown live.
We might have to get out of here. Okay, let's.
Dude, it just went down $6,000 in 1 minute. What the fuck?
Oh my god!
It was at 51 last time I checked. What is it at now?
It's under 50.
It's under 50. Yeah, it was a big drop today. But I told you, Brian, in previous, like after pods were over, like we had like our little powwow after we ended the chat. I said December was going to be a pullback month for all crypto, and here we are.
Everything's going down. That's crazy.
Anyway, guys, let's go to pick'ems. End this thing. Justin, are you ready? Are you awake, Justin? If not, we'll find your pick some other way, I guess. But if we're going to go Tampa Bay at Atlanta, Tampa Bay is favored by 10.5, and they're on the road.
I'm going Tampa.
I'm also going Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa. Oh my god.
Dude, that freaking sucks. He'll go back up in a couple years.
Oh, I can't do it. I literally lost like people's like a year worth of salary. Like in
Brian, it's gonna go back up, dude. I keep telling you, it's a pullback 10%, 15%, and it goes back up 8% tomorrow. Flutter again, go back another 5. You're gonna be about even in about a week.
You should just buy more right now.
You should buy more, honestly. I think
it's a good thing.
My brother-in-law and I are putting more on ETH right now too, just because we saw the dip. Anyway, Arizona at Chicago. Arizona -7 on the road.
Arizona.
All of us again. God, we are very much simpatico this week. LAC Chargers at Cincinnati. Cincinnati favored by 3.
This is the one I keep thinking about, but I'm going Cincinnati.
Damn it, Joseph. I'm going Cincinnati as well. Brian?
It was Cincinnati Chargers?
Yeah, at Cincy. Cincy's favored by 3.
Cincinnati.
Damn, dude. 3 for 3. Man. Jesus, very many. And I'm thinking if I want to change my pick, but I don't like this West Coast teams going to Midwest. I don't like it. So Minnesota at Detroit. Minnesota on the road, favored by 7.
Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Damn it. We're either all going to be right this week or all going to be wrong.
Usually when we're all together, we get it wrong. So
most of the time we do. So this might be a big upset week. We took 4 straight favorites. New York Giants at Miami. Miami -4. Mike Glennon starting though, so this is tough to take. The
Giants.
Wait, Brian's really taking.
I'm talking with you guys. Go with
I was gonna
Dolphins.
say this is not right.
Oh, shock.
Oh, y'all
I
taking
like how you joke around, even though you lost this $50,000 right now. That's
You know that moment where you just start going fucking crazy and you just don't give a fuck about anything anymore? That's literally what I'm on right now.
Oh, nice. I like this. I like it a lot.
Joseph, what'd you take?
Taking the Dolphins.
I'm taking the Giants, guys. I'm taking the Giants. I am taking the Giants. I don't know if that's going to be my main upset pick. I think I have another one later. Let me see. Let me review. Actually, that will be my upset for the week. Okay. And for the record, too, I put those 4 upsets in parentheses when I sent you guys my picks just because I just wanted to make sure you knew that they were upsets because I didn't put the lines in. It wasn't that I was trying to pick 4 upsets. I was letting you know at least like these picks were my upsets of the week. So you knew like, oh, that is an upset. Like,
all right.
You know who was favored. Yeah. Anyway. Philly at New York Jets. Philly favored by -7. I expect that line to probably decrease a little bit if Gardner Minshew is declared the quarterback. But I still think they'll be favored.
I'm still going Philly.
I'm going to go New York.
This is actually a difficult one because I do see the Jets playing a lot better. But Zach Wilson's at quarterback against a secondary like Philadelphia. I'm going to go Philly. And I think Joseph and I might get one here on Brian. All right. Indy at Houston. Indy is favored by 9.5 on the road at Houston.
Indy.
Yeah, Indy.
I agree.
Dang, man. These are all pretty easy.
All right, I'm sure you guys are going to be you guys are going to pick upsets here. Washington football team at Las Vegas. Vegas is favored by 2.
Washington. Upset of the week.
Brian?
I'm going to go with Raiders.
Okay. Brian, this is big for Joseph. If they pull off the upset, that's 2 points for Joseph to edge out Brian or at least decrease the lead. Jacksonville at Rams. Rams favored by 13 at home. Is this a big bounce back week for the Rams?
Yeah, they're going to win, Rams.
Yep.
All right.
No question.
I am taking the Rams. All right.
Very convincing.
I know. Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Baltimore favored by -4.5 on the road at Pitt. And I'm actually pulling my heartstrings on this one too.
Yeah.
Lamar is not playing well. Like he really isn't. But I expect the Pittsburgh defense, like like when the press conferences come out, like Cam Hayward, like we can't play like this, da 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 da. Like I think this is like one of those old school AFC North grinded out games, low scoring, and whatever the over under is. I think this is going under. I think Pittsburgh definitely covers. I'm betting this game when I get to Vegas this week. I am going to make sure that I might even have one of those money lines on Pittsburgh. I'm picking Pittsburgh.
It's a tough one.
I made a convincing argument there, didn't I, Brian? I made you think about this one, didn't I?
I want to go with Pittsburgh. Is that Baltimore or Pittsburgh?
It's at Pittsburgh, actually.
I'm going with Pittsburgh.
Damn it.
Dang it, man. You freaking jerks offs. Well, I'm just going to go Ravens now.
You're just going to let that lead that you might get on the Washington game go to waste then, Joseph. You might have been able to keep track, man. Are you sure?
That's what I do. I'm what you call a moron, so
you're not a moron.
What you will.
You're not a moron to me.
Oh,
San Francisco.
More on to me, though. I'll tell you that.
San Francisco at Seattle. San Francisco -3 on the road.
I got Seattle.
Oh, nice. I'm going to San Francisco.
I'm going San Francisco as well. I like Eli Mitchell. I said he's just the alpha in this game. I really like it. So
Jennings, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that too. The DK score is going to happen, but I don't expect it to be the winner. At least I hope so. Denver at Kansas City. Kansas City favored by 9.5. Sunday night football at Arrowhead.
I'm
going Kansas City. All of us? Kansas City?
Yeah.
All right. Final game: New England at Buffalo. Buffalo favored by 2.5 at home. I'm going Buffalo.
New England.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with New England.
Damn
Love
it.
it.
Who's the favorite in that one? I'm assuming Buffalo.
Buffalo is, yeah, Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. That's my underdog.
Oh, New England's gonna be your upset.
Yeah.
And Joseph, you said WFT. I said the Giants. Perfect. All right, you got our 3 underdog or upset picks. You're in the books. Any last words before I sign off?
No, I think we covered everything. If you're watching, make sure you're subbing, liking, sharing. Algorithm helps it. Thanks so much for watching, sticking around. Brian, last words.
I hope I don't.
Bitcoin.
Win.
All right. Hey,
Peace
me
out.
too. All right.
Peace out.
Peace.